When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
I talked to somebody, a big investor earlier. What's the deal with rates? Why do they keep moving lower? The market, it seems to be confused. There's just too much liquidity.
And I don't have to worry about inflation in that conversation as well.
Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Phil Grandy. This is where you get the truth. Unbelievable what they're talking about. Well, yesterday, we woke up and the market was down 500 points. Today we wake up, now the market's up 450 points, almost 500. Are you kidding me? Were you nuts? So yesterday they're telling us, these jibber jabbers like these, the one I just played, the cut I just played, and they're telling you yesterday how the economy, they're worried. The economy seems to be slowing down. Well, of course it's slowing down. Of course it's slowing down. They're sitting there telling everybody they're going to have at the end of this year a GDP, a growth rate of 8, maybe 12%. Now, they can't keep up with that lie anymore because that's not the truth. Because remember, the first quarter we came out with a growth of 8%, second quarter 6%, and that's only because they opened up the economy. When you go back and you look, you go all the way back to Obama days, go back to 2009. From 2009 all the way up to 2016, he only averaged an economic growth of 2.5%. Now remember back then, everyone was saying he had the greatest economy ever. Remember that? But wait a minute. 2009, 2.5%. 2010, 2.5%. 2011, 1.5%. 2012, 2.2%. I could go on and on. So about 2.5%. Then Trump comes in for his 4 years, and he couldn't hit 3% either. But they also said that was the best economy ever. We've never seen anything like it. Wages going up, fantastic. The economy grew, on average for him, about 2.8%, just a little bit under 3%. But either one of them could hit that economic growth 3%, even though both said it was the greatest economy ever. So now the pandemic comes. That hits us in February 2020. Market drops 33 points, 33%. Then they tell us that they're going to close everything down. Remember, they're going to close everything down. We had this big pandemic. Everybody's going to go home, work from home. Then all of a sudden, the stock market starts to rally. It starts to rally big time. Why? Well, because there's two leaderships in the market. There's banks and there's tech. And our owners control which one's going to lead. And who are the owners? The ones who run the Federal Reserve. They're the wealthiest people in the world, the wealthiest families, the Getty family, the Rockefeller family, go on and on. They control it. And they also control, and remember, they can't keep their wealth unless they make sure that the 1 percentile is successful and their wealth keeps growing. And that's what kills the middle class, because the 1 percentile, remember, he makes between $405,000 a year annually, and his net worth is around $3 to $5 million. And he has more assets than stock. He has art. He has real estate. He has metals and diamonds and all these different kind of assets that always appreciate when interest rates go down. So that's their job. So the Federal Reserve, our owners, their job is to take care of the 1 percentile. That's where all the wealth goes. And how do they do that? How do they make sure? And this is why our middle class is shrinking totally. Our middle class is so screwed. Because this all happened, remember, after the 2008 crash. This was a decision made by both the Obama and by both, of course, after 9/11, our president, how's his name? Bush, baby Bush. Boy, I get a blank, man. I think of him. He was one of the worst presidents. So they decided that they were going to make sure that these banks survive, and they were going to continue to put all their efforts into making sure that the 1 percentile does very, very well. Now, who's the 1 percentile? Who's the actual person, 1%? Well, you're talking about people like Pelosi, who's made a fortune in the stock market. That's what we're talking about, people like her. People on Wall Street. They're 1 percentile. These aren't people who are Main Street, who make a combined income of $65,000 a year or less. That's the middle class, and they're getting screwed because they're not focusing on the middle class. So what happened today was, after the market dropped 500 points yesterday, our owners, the Federal Reserve, decides to financially engineer the market and push it back up again today. Now remember, yesterday they said in print that they thought the economy was slowing. This morning they turned around and said, no, we think the economy's doing fine, it's not slowing, and so they ran it right back up 400 points. How do you do that? Well, as I said, it's financial engineering. It's called liquidity. It's called, the reason how the market goes up and down is through massive printing of money. It's liquidity. When the amount of liquidity or money falls, the market falls. When the amount of money rises, then stock rise. If there's no change in the amount of liquidity or money, then the market stalls. So our owners, they control the liquidity. How much is going to go in, how much is going to go out. And then there's two leaders. Remember, when the market goes up, what drives the stock market? Two groups, big tech and banks. And they sit back and control which one's going to lead. So, like yesterday, they decided yesterday what was going to lead was going to be big tech. Today decide they're going to have the banks lead. Think about this. So yesterday, as the market's dropping, because yields, when you woke up in the morning, yields were dropping, interest rates were dropping. So the 10-year Treasury yield, which is so important, that dropped. So we dropped from we dropped it from 100 and I think it was 134 basis points on Wednesday, And then Thursday we wake up and it's down 126 basis points and the market drops 500 points. This morning we wake up and the market's up 134 basis points. So now they're saying, okay, now the market's up, get out of the tech and go to banks. And then they tell us, well, the market's confused. No, the market's not confused. We know exactly what to do. Who's confused is the Federal Reserve. And they've always screwed up everything. They always have. They always will. When we get back, we're going to talk about, well, how do you make money in a market that's screwed up like this? One day it's up, one day it's down. Be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so yesterday the market was down 500 points. Today we're up almost 500 points. How could that be? Because it's driven by yields. That's interest rates. It's so easy. They make the market so complicated when it's so easy. It's so easy. But they don't want you to know that. Now, yesterday and today, they're saying, well, people are confused. Remember what he said here a moment ago?
I talked to somebody, a big investor earlier. What's the deal with rates? Why do they keep moving lower?
See, they're saying, well, why are rates moving lower? Well, they're pushed lower automatically. That's right. Remember, there's two leaders. All the money is made in the stock market. You make it either being in banks or you make it being in big tech. That's where it is. So for big tech to go up, our owners who control which way the yields are going to go, they're going to drive the yields down to push up big tech because that's where all the money's made. Yesterday morning, that's what they did. Remember what I told you. They turned around, and when we looked at the market and we closed, let's do from last Friday. Last Friday, the yields or interest rate, same thing, yields, interest rate, was 145 basis points. And then it dropped down to, on Tuesday, 142 basis points. Then they dropped it down on Wednesday, 134 basis points. So as that yield keeps going down, that's telling me to put my members, making sure they're in big tech, not the banks, which you're being told by CNBC, you're being told by the jibber jabbers on Fox Business. We woke up on Thursday morning, the yield dropped from 134 on Wednesday to 126. We knew that big techs would take off big, and they did. We opened up the market this morning. The yields are back up to 134 basis points. So they stopped buying the big tech, and they turn around and start buying the banks. And that's why he said, what's going on with the yield? And even Kudlow is confused. Listen what he says.
So the stock market's been booming. It's been backed by a strong V-shaped recovery in profits and profit margins and corporate revenues.
And this was yesterday. Not even a minute and a half later, he was embarrassed and he said this.
Anyway, stock markets are falling.
So he's on the show. His producer had to say, what the hell are you talking about? The market's booming. And then he looked, and all of a sudden the market's down 500 points. Listen to this again.
So the stock market's been booming. It's been backed by a strong V-shaped recovery in profits and profit margins.
No, it's not backed by a big V-shaped recovery. It's not backed by profits. There's no profits. A handful of company has the profits. And which is that? Those are the big tech stocks. They drive the market. And when they want those tech stocks to go up, they just simply, the Federal Reserve, our owners, sell treasuries to knock down the yield. And why wouldn't they? From July, take from Apple, from July of 2013, they're up 910%. Take Amazon, since July of 2013, up 1,230%. The Qs, that's the ETF for a basket of 100 of best tech stocks, up 418%. The spiders, only up 163%. See, if you look at the banks, they're hardly up anything. See, that's where you make your money. This market's been engineered since 2008 to be in those big tech stocks. So yesterday, when they drove those big tech stocks up, but then all of a sudden today they're saying, you know what? There may be a problem. These big tech stocks, all this inflation, this big inflation is being created. These big tech stocks may start getting hurt. So now they said this morning, let's turn around and push up the banks today. Push up the bank. See, and that's what they do. So this morning they decided to push up the yields or rate up to 134 from 126. But I'm not confused. My members aren't confused. Kudlow's confused. He's sitting there and it wasn't even a minute. It had to be like 2 seconds. He realized he screwed up. So nobody's confused. Look, the market is so easy. Just think about this. When you have the big treasuries, if you just, this is what we do for our members all the time. If you just watch the yields, you'll know where to go. So if the treasury yields, you see them pushing down, then you know the tech's going to go up. And then if you see all of a sudden they switch and they start pushing the yields back up, then people switch to the banks. So you always know where you should be. And if you take the big tech stocks, when they're doing well, healthcare does well, industrials do well, okay? And also non-discretionary stocks like Walmart, Costco, Clorox. That's right. So then if you're going to move into the bank stocks, because the yields are going up, you start buying bank stocks. Well, there's other stocks than banks do well. They follow the banks. Like, let's say, Schwab, brokerage houses. Let's say, industrials like Caterpillar. Anything in manufacturing, GE, Honeywell, Boeing, GM. And then your consumer stocks like your airlines and hotels and casinos. And they all follow the banks. This is not hard. This is not rocket science. But nobody sits there and tells you this. Because they always want to make sure they get you in the hottest stock. The hottest stock. Their job is to make commissions. Do you think they sit there and say, all right, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, let's watch what the yields are doing. Let's see where they're averaging out. Should we be in the bank stocks? If the bank stocks are moving, then maybe we should take a look at Caterpillar. Maybe we should take a look at the airlines. See, today, the airlines are going up. The hotels are going up when they've been going down. See, the whole market is financially engineered, but that's good. That's a good thing. You can make more money because you know exactly what stocks are going to go where. You're going to know if they're going to go up and down because it's always tied to one thing. The manipulation of the interest rate, the yields on the 10-year treasury. It's easy to follow. But see, they're not going to explain that to you. They don't want to make it easy for you. That's not how they make money. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. you immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. That's right. And also, tonight at 6 o'clock, I'll have post Eastern Time, okay, the unfolding of the stock market crash, where I'll explain the things I've identified. I do this at the end of each week and identify why we're getting closer to a crash. Listen, if you think about this again, what have they been doing since 2008? Financially engineering the market. Now, what do you mean? They print money, liquidity. It's called money, liquidity. And what they do is keep printing all this money. Is crazy, and it's destroying the middle class. But they don't care about the middle class. The Federal Reserve, the very wealthy, they want to take care of the 1 percentile because they feel the 1 percentile is important to our economy. So the 1 percentile, remember, they picked all their gains up. They since 2013, their income, okay, has gone doubled, okay, and I'm talking about the aggregate group, doubled from 14 million to 34 million. The average guy on the street who makes $64,000 a year combined and lower, okay, those poor folks, okay, it was 64. If you had a combined income of $64,000, you increase that whole group as an aggregate increased by $4 million. If you're underneath that, let's say $48,000, $38,000 or less, you only gain $75,000 or $735,000 aggregate. So you see what they're doing. So now, if you go and take a look at what's going to drive this market, what's been driving the market since 2008, the printing of money to make sure that they can. It's like they got two switches there. Okay, the Federal Reserve should be shut down. They're gangsters, okay? They're total gangsters, and it's all fraud. Because remember, they decide what stocks are going to go up and when. And when the market drops, remember, then they get together with what they call the plunger team, like they did yesterday. When the market dropped 500 points, they got together with the plunger team, and they went in and they started to buy stocks, okay, and push this market right back up. They started to push the market right back up, and they call it index funds. So if you think about it for a moment, if all you have to do is look at the big tech stocks, what they're up, how much are they up? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you got big tech stocks up over, my God, you got them up over, just Apple alone is 910%. The Qs, that's 418%. That's the 100 best big tech stocks since 2013, up 418%. But let's take the banks. Okay, the banks are only up 300% compared to the Qs of 418%. And then you take Apple's up 910%. So that's what they do. They got like levers. They say, okay, what we're going to do now is we got to get the 1 percentile wealthier. So what we're going to do is we will make sure that we print all this money, get interest rates down to zero, and then what we're going to do is we're also going to push down the yields or interest rate. And how do we do that? By printing money, go buying the 10-year treasuries. By buying the 10-year treasuries, that will push the yield down, and big techs keep soaring and soaring and soaring and going up. Now, the other group is the banks. They have to have the banks. And the banks, remember, as I said, went up 300% compared to 418% with the Qs. They have to have the banks because they're important, especially the commercial banks like J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of America. They're the most important ones because they play the most important role in our whole financial system and our whole economy. Okay, they are the key component to our financial system. So they got to make sure those banks never go under, and that's why they keep propping them up. And they're insolvent right now. They've been insolvent since 2008. They never fix them, but they can keep propping up their stocks as long as what do they do? When they print all this money, make sure they turn around and sell their treasuries, sell them to push. When they sell their treasury, the interest rates go up and the banks go up. You see how it works? Very simple. Very simple. You just sell all the treasuries, push the yields up, you buy banks. Push the yields down, you buy big tech. and all the other groups that follow lower yields or that follow the higher yields. It's that simple. The market's not that hard. It's not. The biggest problem we got right now, this all caused massive inflation. And that's why you're starting to see one day the bank's up, next day the big tech down. And no one's going to help you. There's nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to help you in your 401k. There's nobody that's going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you the truth. Look, when they print all this money, okay, and they're driving down the yields to do that, to push up all the tech stocks, right? And Main Street, remember, getting screwed, because when they're doing that, all that money they printed to buy the treasury to drop the yields down to push up the big tech stocks, Main Street gets screwed because they're not in them. And the dollars in their pocket get worse and worse and worse. And you kill them, because as this is happening, all that printing of money is inflating the bubble. Milk is going up. Oil is going up. Meat is going up. Gasoline's going up 23%. Sugar's going up 40%. I don't have to tell you anything. So you got this big bubble that's going up, and it's starting to get bigger and bigger because they're driving what? They want to keep driving these big tech stocks up, but they're worried right now. They've been doing this for 13 years. 13 years they destroyed the middle class, which means you destroyed Main Street. And once you destroy Main Street, that's it. It's over. So what they did, they sacrificed Main Street. The Federal Reserve sacrificed Main Street to make sure the 1% population are getting wealthy. So the 1%ers who make $400,000 to $500,000 a year, who have a net worth of $4 to $5 million, they're taking care of them. So what you got to do is just make sure and this is what we do for our members. Just please join the gang, and you're always going to be in the right group. So, and here's the thing: if the big tech stocks started to drop today, they were going up yesterday. Now today they're dropping, and people are jumping to the bank stocks. We make sure we don't have our members just jump out of big tech and go into banks today. One day doesn't make a trend. We follow that trend for them every day, and then when that trend, and not just the trend of the banks. If the banks are going to go up and keep going up, then the yield's got to keep going up. The interest rate's got to keep going up. So what you got to look at is the trend of this interest rate. If the trend keeps going up, then yes, then you buy the banks. But one day doesn't make a trend, nor does it make a trend of the interest rates or the yield. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 weeks. So we always make sure you're always in the right stock at the right time. And we know when to have you, and while big tech going up, we also know not everybody's going to be in big tech, although the majority of people are. We also get you into healthcare. So if they're driving up big tech because they're pushing down the interest rates, then we'll make sure you're buying healthcare, make sure you're buying the best stocks and utilities. And then when they turn around and decide, you know what, we got to push the other lever now, and let's push the banks back up a little bit. So we take profits from our big tech, we take profits from the healthcare, and then we start putting money toward the bank stocks. And the other areas that do well when yields go up, like for example Caterpillar or Honeywell, okay, or airlines. See, you got to have somebody helping you with this. Nobody's going to help you with this because they don't care. They don't care about you doing it. All they want to do is keep making as much money they can in these big tech stocks, and they're destroying the middle class. Look, if you just think about what they did to the middle class, they shrunk the middle class because of this situation called QE. The Federal Reserve should be in jail for what they're doing. But instead of going waste your time putting them in jail, just join my gang, and we'll make sure you're going to be in the right stocks based on the manipulation of the interest rates. That's simple. We'll be right back after this little message. Join my gang free for 10 days. PhilsGang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgate.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Every day we tell you at 2 o'clock, we post our portfolio and we tell you what to do with your stock. And we also, our members, make money when stocks go down, because we make sure they're prepared. It's called shorting. It's very easy, and the color-coded chart makes it easy. When it turns red, it tells you the money's going out of your stock. You better do something. It's called shorting. It's very, very easy. Just join our gang for 10 days. It's free. You'll see. It makes a big difference. Here's the thing that you got to understand about what they're doing. The Federal Reserve has screwed and destroyed the middle class. They have. No question about it. Remember, our middle class was the backbone of our country. Because remember, it was the middle class, when they had good income, that discretionary income is what they started businesses with. They're the ones. Remember, it's the small business that's the backbone of the country. Not Facebook, not Apple, but they destroyed them. And how they destroy them? Through inflation. And how come the inflation came in? Because all they do is keep printing money since 2008 under QE for one purpose. They get the 1 percentile, very, very wealthy, the Pelosi's, okay, of the world. Those people get them wealthy. How do you do that? All you had to do is keep pushing up big tech stocks, and that started actually in 2013. That's when these stocks are. Are you kidding me? You don't. When you got Apple, it's up 910% since 2013. You got Amazon up 1,230%, and same thing with Microsoft and Netflix, and they're all up 900,000%. Where do you think all the money's going? So why is the money going there? Because it's designed to go there. Those stocks don't go up just because they're profitable. Remember, there's only a handful of stocks that drive the market. See, that's another thing people don't realize. The tech stock, when you see the stock market going up, it's being driven by the tech stocks. If you take the S&P 100, that's inside the S&P 500, 15 of those stocks are big tech stocks. So when you see the S&P going up, people believe that's the economy. People believe when they see the stock market going up, the economy's doing good. No! When it's going up and those yields are coming down, instead look at the 10-year Treasury yield. When you just put up on any chart TBT, and when you see that going down just like a stock, and the chart, and you see the S&P going up, you see TBT going down, and they're telling you how great the economy is, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. Look, banks can't make a living on 2.4% or 3% interest. The banks, remember, used to be the big leader of this whole economy, the big leader of the stock market. No more. If you took the tech out, this thing, and that's why this market's going to fall 75%. But our members aren't going to get hurt because we're going to get we can't wait till we can turn around and take our positions off where we're buying the big tech stocks and switch to where we're shorting them. But very few people have the skills to do that because nobody shows you how to do it. When they put you in a 401k, they never short a stock. Your planners don't short stocks. The guys, the brokers that have your fund, they don't short stocks because they don't make money when you short a stock. They only make money when you buy stocks. So think about it. Since 2008, this whole scam has been, let's keep printing. Look, what makes the market go up? Not profits. There's only a handful of companies that have profits, and this is the problem. The tech stocks, they have big profits. And so, because everybody's in tech stocks, that's driving up the S&P. If you took the tech stocks out, the S&P would drop. So the tech stocks are driving the stock market up artificially. It's all fake. And how do they get the big tech stocks to go up, to push up the S&P? So they can tell you the economy's doing great because they point to the S&P. Well, they fund the tech stocks. How do they do that? They print money and print money and print money called liquidity to go in and buy treasuries. So they push the interest rates, yields down, and that's why tech stocks go up. So while people keep looking at the stock market going new highs, new highs, new highs, they have not got a clue that those new highs all fake. They didn't come from profits. The only profits, there's a handful of companies that have profits, and they're the big tech stocks. That's what's driving the S&P, is the big tech stocks. But unfortunately, how they drive the big tech stocks is by screwing the middle class, by printing all this money to drive yields down, to push big tech stocks up, to make the S&P keep going up, to convince you the economy's doing terrific. But there's going to be a big switch here. And why do you think they're pushing up the bank stocks? See, now this is when you know you're getting closer to a crash. And one day, the guys who control this our owners, okay, they control this, the Federal Reserve. One day, yesterday, they were pushing the big tech stocks up, making sure the yields, interest rates were going down. Today, they know they're in trouble. They said, gee, we better push our bank stocks up because they're in trouble. They're not making money. Do you know the banks, they've been insolvent since 2008. And remember what happened in 2008 after they crashed after 9/11 they crashed. Remember, the banks were the only ones that didn't have everything else went under new regulations. Senator Dodd, and Barney Frank, big payoffs, not to put them under regulations. So they aren't regulated the way like everybody else is. And so all they're doing is they're just supporting these banks, keeping these banks alive. And every day they're printing $100 billion, $200 billion to keep them alive. But nobody knows this. All they hear every day, we made a new all-time high. We made it all-time high. The Dow's up all-time high. NASDAQ's up all-time high. S&P up all-time high. That's all BS. Now, we're taking advantage of it because we're going to be in the stocks like the banks. We're going to be in the bank stocks when they're leading. We're going to be in the tech stocks when they're leading. But don't ever believe for a moment. Remember, all they're doing is injecting trillions and trillions now into stimulus. And what happened yesterday, what they're getting scared of, the trade deficit's so bad. That's where big inflation comes from. And oil, that's where big inflation comes from. Both oil and our trade deficit. And the other inflation comes from printing all this money. So when you have the trade deficit, $70 billion every month, we're so screwed, but they don't want to tell you about that. So for 13 years, Pelosi, the 1 percentile, been getting totally rich by making sure that they're pushing these tech stocks up by printing all this money that destroyed all the dollars, the purchasing power of all Main Street, all those poor people. They're really getting screwed. Think about it. For 13 years. Because you're not making money with your diamonds. Your diamonds aren't appreciating, right? Do you have all kinds of diamonds? Do you have artwork? Of course not. Your house is the only thing that appreciates. And that's a phony now. When they push those up 30, 40%, you're going to lose 30, 40% on your house. Look, the market is the best place in the world. And I hate to say this. We made more money in this stock market when it's rigged like this because it's so easy. Because you always know which stocks are going to go up. You just follow the tech stocks and the bank stocks. Actually, what you follow is the yield. If yields are going to go down, tech's going to go up. If the yields start going up, the banks are going to go up. And that's what they do all day long. And then under the banks, you have another group of stocks that also benefit under the banks. You're going to have anything like Caterpillar or airlines or hotels. I mean, when they do well, look at today. Airlines are going up. Casinos are going up. They weren't going up yesterday. So when you see the banks move up, we also get our clients in airlines and casinos. And then when we see the big techs moving up, then we can also get them in tech stocks, but we also get them in healthcare. We get them into utilities. But everybody wants to be in tech because that's where it comes from. Listen, the middle class has gotten destroyed, and this is what everybody is worried about. There's no more middle class. You know, few things would benefit the middle class more than ending the Federal Reserve. What a benefit that would be to them. The Federal Reserve, all their policies are so inflationary. Look, join my gang free for 10 days. You get the color-coded chart free for 10 days. And remember, tonight, don't forget, I'll post at 6 o'clock. I do this on my YouTube channel where I go over the entire week, tell you exactly what's going on in the market, and identify for you why we're getting closer and closer to a crash. And it's free. Join my gang. And if you make money, help St. Jude, please.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to